Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Let's talk some Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo. So it's via CBS Sports, Cody Benjamin. Jimmy Garoppolo trade rumors, 49ers aiming to deal quarterback just before 2022 training camp per report. Garoppolo is recovering from shoulder surgery, making it difficult to trade him at the moment. So they're hoping for a late June, early July recovery, at which point the Niners will again seek a trade partner. Though the Niners have said repeatedly they don't intend to release Garoppolo, it's still hard to imagine a scenario in which he's on the roster in Week 1, at least at his current $26.95 million cap number. Absolutely, you don't really want to be paying a backup that much if they fully intend on starting third overall pick from 2021, Trey Lance, in Week 1. As it mentions, and I fully agree, regardless, Garoppolo's trade market remains limited. Most teams have already addressed quarterback vacancies. One of the few teams could still be interested is the Panthers. Spent a third-round pick on Mississippi's Matt Corral, but otherwise just have Sam Darnold and P.J. Walker on their quarterback depth chart. I will say I don't think a third-round quarterback is big enough an investment to stop a team from getting a quarterback, and the Panthers really have a lot of skill players on their roster, which if you were to put a quarterback on that team, they could definitely be a productive offense. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, they signed Rashard Higgins. Of course, they have Christian McCaffrey, Mr. 1,000. Tight end's kind of an issue, but this was from SI a week ago. So Texans could trade for Baker Mayfield or Jimmy Garoppolo per report. Not sure how much I think that's going to happen. Davis Mills had his moments last year with the Texans, but again, I just don't see the Texans being a good spot for Jimmy G. Jimmy G won't be the answer to make them a contender. I think Jimmy G's more the guy who could go on a team that has a lot of talent around it, just not so much at quarterback, which is why Carolina just seems like a great spot for him. They have a solid defense led by Brian Burns. Team like Seattle, yes, they lost some talent, but they still have two excellent receivers in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. But all signs seem to point that they're confident in Drew Lock and Geno Smith. I'm not sure why. Pete Carroll's 70 years old. Does he really want to have too many seasons where his team's not even close to a contender, which seems like would be the case if they really believe in Drew Lock or Geno Smith. Other than that, I mean, almost every other spot on the table is filled, right? Who else really is looking for quarterbacks? You could say he's an upgrade over certain teams' quarterbacks, but the Jets aren't going to give up on Zach Wilson after 1 year. Chicago's not going to give up on Justin Fields after 1 year. I think Detroit is going to stick with Jared Goff one more season before taking a quarterback near the top of the 2023 draft board. Other than that, there just isn't many spots. Washington invested a lot in Carson Wentz. Kirk Cousins re-upped with Minnesota, signed an extension. Derek Carr signed this extension with Las Vegas. Atlanta's another one of those rebuilding teams where an upgrade in quarterback doesn't necessarily make it a contender. So it's hard finding that spot. I mean, I'm going to stick with Carolina and Seattle, and that goes for Baker Mayfield too. But what do you guys think? Will Jimmy G or Baker Mayfield be starting in Week 1, and where? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.